Hour 2 here in Lake Tahoe on this Friday. Tournament getting underway. The great comedian Nate Bargatze will be with Charles Barkley and Larry the Cable Guy. They tee off in about an hour and a half from now. You know, when I go on the road a lot, my kids will say, well, who are you going to have on? So I could say Steph Curry, Aaron Rodgers, Travis, it didn't matter. They're like, anybody else? And I said, well, Nate Bargatze. And they're like, seriously? I'm like, oh, yes. So I said to Paulie, I said, I hope Nate's going to join us because I got 3 daughters going to be very disappointed. So we make way for the great comedian, Nate Bargatze, who joins us on the program. Big introduction, big lead up here.
Thank you.
Don't fall down, you know.
Yeah, pleasure, boys.
Yeah.
Pleasure, pleasure, pleasure.
Good to meet you,
Man,
Nate.
great to meet you, man. Do I get I want to tell you, giant fan of the show.
Really?
I was in New York. I like 5'11", 182, loose 182. Yeah. I stopped watching once McLovin left.
Wow.
But it was I'm joking. I'm joking.
Marvin.
Yeah.
Marvin, say
No, I'm back, Marvin. Marvin, I'm back. I was joking. No, but I was when I started comedy. I was in New York for a long time, and when you're on the Audience Network, I recorded it every day and watched it all the time. So I've always wanted to come on your show. So
that's great.
I'm glad to finally happen. So thank you.
How do you explain? It's almost like 25 years to become an overnight sensation.
Yeah.
Why? Like why now?
Just being around. Like I always tell people, like it's just you got to show up. You just got to be like hang out. That's all I feel like when you're doing something like this. That's kind of like something that you're not owed. Like it's not like I worked at the water company. It's not like a job that's a union job or something. It's something that you're trying to go out and get. You just got to be around and like wait, and then everybody tell you no as long as they can.
But was it you had to understand your audience better or your audience understanding you better?
I think they got me. I've always been clean, and so that was the big thing, because when I came up, it was like the edgy was not, and a good reason or whatever. Like if that was like kind of in the 2000s, that was like kind of going. And the one thing I'm realizing now is, because there was times I thought, well, what if I change or if I go down these other paths or whatever? And I just kind of stayed doing what I did, and then it has now just kind of come back. And then now I'm more comfortable because I just know, like I've just worked on this act now for over 20 years. Like,
but you include your wife and daughter a lot.
Yeah.
But then when kids get to a certain age, then you have to back off bringing them into the act. Your daughter.
Yeah, I haven't really talked about her since she was like 5 or 6. I mean, there would be this new hour. I got some stuff with her, but it's all kind of broad. Like, I didn't want her. She goes to school. It's like you're just like I don't want to bring up stuff. I have a story that I want to tell about her that I'm waiting. I'm waiting because I need to. I just want her to get a little bit older to explain. It's a funny story, but it's like I just want her to understand why I'm telling it.
So you're workshopping that.
Yeah, I haven't even really done it much. It's like the idea of it. I think it's a story that I'll be able to, in the next hour, do. My daughter just turned 13. So I think in not this hour, but in like 3 or 4 years, like I'll be able to, have a conversation with her, tell her about it, and then tell this story. So it's a planned, I hope it works out, but.
It's a big build-up here.
It's a big build-up. He goes, guys, don't worry about it. When it's all said and done, you hear one last joke.
It's going to be great.
Yeah.
Social media, podcasts, appearing on podcasts, how's that changed the exposure that you get, the acceptance maybe that you get?
You're kind of everywhere. The problem, I feel bad for the young comedians. Because when we came up, like, YouTube was like not a thing, and then it was a thing, and it kind of started happening. And so now it's like a lot of these comedy clubs or something, they want to book comedians on how many followers they have. And to get a lot of followers on social media, it's like, you got to create a lot of stuff. You got to do stuff every day. Yeah. And it's not sustainable. Like, that's why stand-up is great. because you build an act and you go do it for, I tape a special like basically every 2 years. And so you go on the road and you work it for 2 years and you perfect it and you get it into like a good spot. And so young comedians they're in the tricky spot because it's like they have to, some of them got to get the followers, but I just don't think that is going to pay off in the long run because you just can't keep it up. You got to do it if you got funny videos. I mean, when you see people have those videos that they're making every day that are funny, it's all day. That's a full day shoot. And they have to do it every day. Like, it's impossible.
You don't want to be an influencer.
You don't. No, it's hard. Sitcoms are hard. You have a whole writing room that does 22 episodes or something a year.
But that doesn't intrigue you doing a sitcom?
It did. I tried for 10 years. I tried, that was kind of when I came up, I thought, I was clean. I kind of was like, all right, I can go to the, Ray Romano route, like hopefully get a chance to go do it. And I tried to sell shows for 10 years and just, never made it anywhere. We shot one pilot. And then now you just kind of get to a point where I just wrapped on a movie. And so you're just like, well, now I'm just kind of got my own little world. And then you're just like, well, I don't really want to do a TV show now. It takes up so much of your time. When you go do it, and he just kind of got past it.
He loves his Vanderbilt sports, Nate Bargatze.
Oh, yeah.
I like how you say that you mispronounce your last name, but when it's a lot of people say Bargatze, but it's Bargatze.
If it was Bargatze, it'd be a lot easier. People would have already got it. We throw them through a loop when we go, no, Bargatze, and they're like an E, and yeah, and they said it doesn't make sense, but I bet it's Bargatze. But I answer by whatever.
Do you ever ask your dad?
Yeah, he says Bargatze too. Our accent, my dad has a speech impediment, so that doesn't help. And so it's like we've muddied the waters quite a bit,
How addicting is laughter?
It's the most.
But if I said you could have cheers on the golf course,
yeah,
or laughs when you're doing your stand-up.
Laughs all day.
Yeah.
What I tend to do, like when you do a show, especially now, like you're being in a big arena, right? There's so many people. It's hard to do a show in your mind mentally for all these people. So I always try to I just find someone. And I almost this person doesn't realize it, but there could be 10,000 people there, and I'm doing the show for that person. And because if they're good laughers, I'll see their shoulders shake. It's I just always kind of keep an eye on them. And then
So you're getting a ringer. You're looking for that ringer out there.
Yeah, I'm not looking for. Yeah, I mean, look, you can always find the one that's miserable too.
Okay, but I want you to listen to this laugh. How would this laugh work in your stand-up act?
Oh, Seaton, yes. You would hear it. It would be like you would try not to have to address it, but then you might have to.
Are you okay over there?
Yeah, and you don't want to, because then it's awkward, because then you're uncomfortable with laughing.
Yeah.
I had a girl once when I did a show, her laugh, when I first started, she would go, ah, like a straight just scream. And you have to address it because everybody hears it. And then her dad was like, well, that's how she laughs. And we're like, well, she shouldn't be, sir. You should have fixed that at 5. When she was 5, just go hey, break it up a little bit,
I had a friend who dated a girl. I think you met your wife at Applebee's.
I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
He was dating the hostess. He was in minor league baseball, dating the hostess at Applebee's, and said she was beautiful except for she had bad teeth. So he would take her out and purposely talk about a Schindler's List, serious things, hospitals, so she wouldn't smile. Yeah. But he enjoyed.
I love the idea of him having to get a conversation about a hospital going. He's like, have you seen the new hospital, the wing at the hospital they got?
Yeah. But you don't want her to laugh. You did bring up something, I think. I don't know if I have the quote right. You either make it in your 20s or your 40s, but you don't make it in your 30s. That sound correct?
Yeah. That's what I feel.
Why is that?
I think you either get snatched up quick and you kind of get on a good train, or you kind of have to grind it out. And So I mean, I made it in my 40s. But I'm much happier that I made it in my 40s than I would have been in my 20s. You just don't have enough experience.
Could you have handled this in your 20s?
You know, you like to think so. Look, I tried to make it in my 20s. I'm not, if anybody's out there, definitely try to make it in your 20s. But if you don't, it's like, then I think it's the matter of like, who's going to stay, who has the stamina to stay. I'm sure you know in this same thing, it's like a matter of who can hang the longest.
Shelf life.
Yeah,
Yes.
It's people cannot hang. They get it gets like, well, where's this going? And what you know, I'm not really want to do it, and then they bail on it, and you're like, well, then it's over.
You have this Saturday Night Live skit where you kill the bird,
Yes.
and then you hit the next shot, your mulligan, and you knock down the nest.
Yeah.
Who came up with that idea? And
yeah.
that's not how you play golf, is it?
No. It was. I mean, you know, it could be.
What's
you
your
know.
handicap?
A 9.
Okay, all right.
And so it's enough. It gets around. I can still hit a bird, you know.
Yeah.
But it's there. Streeter Seidel, Mikey Day wrote it. Who wrote the George Washington sketch, and they came up with that, and it ended up being great because it's like, you know, when someone does a golf sketch, you're like, in my head, I'm like, man, I don't know if anybody's gonna, like, you know, does everybody get golf? Like, does everybody, you know, the average person? But when we shot it and they saw it, I was like, it's one of my favorite ones that they've done.
Just the reaction when you go up to hit your mulligan and you're looking around to see if there's any birds flying around. But then you get the George Washington skit. Now, do you wonder, at the time when you see it, read it, you go, what? Is that going to be big?
It.
Like, did you think, I mean,
I did not think it would be that.
It's one of the best skits ever on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, I did not think it would be that. I just thought I would have fun with it. And I was like, oh, that's a fun thing. It was a lot. I was saying a lot. But I mean, when we read it in table read, it's like almost didn't go. Because it was like, because it's just, there's just no one really, you don't have an audience. And I'm used to like timing. My timing is based off an audience.
Yes.
It's not off silence. So, I mean, I just sounded sad when I read it, you know.
I thought your deadpan delivery, though.
Well, but it's, again, we had that studio audience, so it works.
Yeah.
But when you're in the
table read,
and it's just like, you know, a couple quick laughs, but nothing big, it's just gets, you know, it can be boring. It's just my voice. Like, if you just heard my voice in a silent room, you would be like, all right. Like, you know, you'd get over it. Yeah.
Did you have sports heroes or comedian heroes growing up?
We had both. I'm a big Seinfeld fan, so I love Seinfeld. Brian Regan was the one that came up. And then sports, I mean, I was a big, Jordan, like, you know, the Tiger Woods, that era. Loved sports, watched everything. Vanderbilt, Corey Chavis was one of my favorite.
Oh, what a good dude.
Yeah, he was one of my favorite. He was my favorite Vanderbilt player when I first started, like, old enough watching Vanderbilt and all that. So,
but are you more of a basketball fan?
I'm really across the board. You talking about a Vanderbilt or like, it's really across the board. I watch everything. Basketball. The thing I love about basketball, especially the NBA right now, is like I don't really have a team, so you just get to watch and you kind of follow players. As you get older, you kind of start following players and storylines. The Stanley Cup this year, I watched every round. Like, and hockey's, I don't know everything about it, but it's I'm in general. I'm a big. I mean, that's why I listen to you every day.
How was Seinfeld though when you meet him?
It was great, and I thought I was nervous about meeting him. I didn't know if it was gonna be one of those where you meet him and if he doesn't know you, you're just gonna be like, oh hey, you shake his hand and you move on. But he sent me a very nice message. He watched one of my specials, and now we've got to know each other. I mean, he tells you, he's like, call me whenever you want, and you're like, you still. Yeah, it's like you can't. You're like, I don't, I mean, I would call you every day. So he goes,
And Sandler?
Oh, yes. Sandler, again, seeing y'all, his model is kind of a model that I love, is like, he does these movies with his friends, and And so Sandler's someone very much that I've kind of seen his career and always really admired what he's done. And I've always loved what he did with you guys.
Yeah.
I always, even when y'all were in the movies, when we see you in the movies, it was so fun. Like, and I love the realness of that. Like it's his buddies, which I think is a good reason. That's why people go watch those shows, because you're like, everybody wants to be, yeah, that's what I would be doing if I made it.
He's very loyal.
Yes.
He's very loyal, and one of his friends said, once you're in, you're in. It's like the mafia.
Yeah.
Like he will. So I've been in 22 movies.
Yeah.
And then Happy Gilmore is 2 is coming out. So it's he's very generous. And then he'll go, Danny, I got a part for the Danets, and then I'll go, all right, and then he'll write something and.
Yeah. What was y'all's first one?
That's my boy.
Yeah.
TV's Randall Morgan.
Yeah, because I remember it happening on the show when it was, I don't think y'all were on one yet, right? And then he kind of, he's going to get everybody or someone hasn't,
Yeah, there's been, I think you guys have been in 3 Pixel, and then there's the week of with Chris Rock.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think these guys, now, they get in 3 movies, they're like, when do we get in our next one?
Oh, yeah. It goes quick where they just,
And I go, no, I don't know if there's any more. I thought I could put them in, like, the gallery for Happy Gilmore 2.
Yeah.
But there's only, in a subtle way to ask Sandler, hey, if you need some extras, the Danets, and then he didn't respond. So that usually is the answer. That Yes.
See, the problem with that now, from our point of view, is what did we do to ruin it?
Yeah.
And no one will give us an answer. So it's like, did I screw that up by laughing one time, or did this guy do something wrong? One of us did something wrong to ruin
this. That's acting. Acting, they don't give you. You go do an audition, you just don't hear. And you don't hear anything. And then it's like 5 years later, you're still like, it might come back around. I'm just waiting for them to,
Are you, so you got Barkley and
Cable
Larry
Guy.
the Cable Guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I've got to know, I've known them now. And then, so it's a very, very fun group. Barkley, just great dudes. And it'll be a fun walk. And I got my buddy, Greg Garcia's on my bag this week. And he created My Name is Earl. And so, humble him by carrying my bag all week. So it's a fun. I got a bunch of comic buddies with me too, and this is like one of the better events because it's just go walk around. It's like a fun time.
It's great to see you.
Great. I honestly, really always wanted to do your guys' show. I'm a giant fan. So thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank you, and congrats on your success.
Absolutely.
Nate Bargatze or Bargatze,
whatever
depending
you want.
on whatever you want. We'll take a break. We're back after this Dan Patrick Show.